Hello everyone, welcome once again to My Disney Dream. Today I have very exciting news to share with you. As you can see by the title, I wanted to talk to you about ADRs, also known as Advanced Dining Reservations. And by the title, I want to share with you how to get all those ADRs on your wish list. And if you've seen my videos, you might be wondering, what is this person talking about? She's a newbie. Yes, I am. As you all know, if you've seen my videos, and if you haven't, let me tell you. Yes, I'm a first timer. I've never been to Disney World. Therefore, how can I be telling you how to get all those reservations that you want? How am I going to tell you if I've never done this before? Well, you're right. I've never done it before. That is up until today, this morning. Because as of this morning was my 180-day mark when I was doing my ADRs. And let me tell you, it was extremely, extremely successful. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mouseketeers. I was doing my ADRs this morning. As you all know, at 6 a.m. you're able to do your ADRs at your 180-day mark. I was up at 4:40 a.m., turned on my computer, and went up, did my coffee, came down. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, let me give you a little bit of background. Yes, I am a newbie. I've never been to Disney World, therefore I have no experience. And like most of you out there that are new, I was terrified. I was reading the forums and reading everybody's experience, and of course I was getting freaked out by everybody saying how terrible and how difficult it was, and everybody's sites crashing and how difficult it was to get through, and getting that pause message, and just the horrendous things going around on the Diz boards and everywhere. So, the worry body that I am, of course, I was nervous, but I did my homework. So I prepared. And I'll go into details later on of what it is exactly that I did to prepare. But let me just tell you, it was a successful event. I got everything on my wish list. That is why I have titled this little vlog the way that it is titled. Because I got everything on my wish list without a problem. And I am very proud of it. And that is why I'm here to share with you guys what has helped me, a newbie. I am so green at this. I have no idea what I was doing. And I've managed to successfully get everything on my wish list without a problem. And I did it in so little time. I did it in about 30 to 40 minutes. And like I said, without any problems, without getting angry, and it was just amazingly easy. It was so easy. So I hope that what I'm about to share with you guys will make it easy for all of you guys. And apparently there's a lot of people that are seasoned Walt Disney World veterans that apparently have so many issues, and I honestly don't know if it's really made more than an issue than it really is, or I don't know what the issue is, because guys, I honestly had no issue at all. It was super easy. I don't know if it was, I honestly don't know what the problem everybody is. I mean, on the forums, if you read them, everybody's mad and angry and making a big deal about how horrible the site is and how difficult it is to make advanced dining reservations, and how they have to call and they're so upset. But I honestly was expecting the worst. I mean, I even took the day off of work to do this, and like now I'm regretting it. I mean, come on, honestly, not really, but yeah, I could have gone, but you know, who cares about that? Anyways, so I'm going to share with you what I did. And I'm going to try to keep it as simple. And I'm sorry ahead of time, because you guys know I tend to talk a lot and ramble. So I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep it as precise and condensed as possible. But you know how. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you know how this goes. And I'm sorry. that's why I'm putting pictures so you guys... Okay, moving on. So this is what I did to try to make it as smooth as possible. And I think this is what helped me get my reservations, and I think this is what will help you too. Plan. It all comes down to planning. Honestly, from what I've researched, from what I've learned from watching Disney World veterans, is plan. I've studied from all my Disney dreaming, hence my name for my YouTube channel. I've studied, I've watched videos, and one thing I've learned is you have to plan. Whether it be a little bit, whether it be you are an over planner, I think you just can't do a vacation, with a Disney World vacation, without some sort of planning. So I've done my research, I've done my homework, and I've done my planning. And what I did was, and it's not like super strict planning. What I did was, okay, organize somewhat. I have a spreadsheet, and you guys can visit my blog if you want to take your time to see this spreadsheet. And it's a basic one. It's not super, like, I don't know, it's not super detailed, or you're not going to get overwhelmed because it's not super condensed with information and cells, and no, it's very basic. It has the days that we're going to be there, and it just has morning, afternoon arrival, and like the parks that we're going to be at each day. And I put, like, for example, the parks that we want to go to, and maybe, like, for example, okay, so let me back up. So what I did was kind of decided which parks we wanted to go to for each. So after I decided which parks I wanted to go to for each day, after deciding, okay, so apparently this park is not going to be too crowded that day, then I said, okay, I'm going to pick my dining based on what park I'm going to be in. Because so I don't want to go from one park all the way to another area. So I want to dine in the vicinity of the park I'm going to be in. So after I did that, I looked into what dining options are in that park. So after that, I looked into those dining options, or in the vicinity area. So after I looked at those dining options on the website, I made a list. And so then I organized my spreadsheet into those dining options. So I put the park, and then I put those dining options that I liked, and I put them into this spreadsheet that I will be sharing you briefly. And you'll see in the spreadsheet that I've color coded my quick service and my table service. So my table services will be in red, which are the ones that require a reservation. That's one of the ways that I've separated the ones, which will facilitate when I'm about to separate those for my ADRs. And so once I've done that, then I said, okay, now I'm going to do a priority list. Now, my priority list is not my priority list for a list of what I consider most important or valuable to me. The priority list is the priority list as to which restaurants are the most desired, which restaurants are most likely to go by fastest by people. So for instance, I know Be Our Guest is one of the restaurants that will be booked rapidly. So I make sure to put Be Our Guest restaurant as number 1 on my list. So I make sure that when I start to make my reservations, that's going to be the first restaurant that I search for to start looking for reservations for, even though that's not going to be the first restaurant on our trip that we're going to dine. Actually, if you take a look at our spreadsheet, you'll see that Be Our Guests is towards the end of our trip. It's not all the way until the 12th, which is the day before we leave. But since it's one of the most desired restaurants, I want to make sure that's the first one that I book for, when my 180-day window opens up. That way, it'll be more the possibility of me booking it. So, that is why it's the first on my priority list, which is this list that you see here. Then the next on my priority list, I put Chef Mickey's. Chef Mickey's is another very popular dining place. This is actually the first place which we will be dining. It's actually on our arrival. And actually, I put Ohana third, and I took kind of a risk because Ohana is also very popular. But if you see here, Ohana is actually towards the end of our trip. So I felt fairly comfortable in taking the risk of booking that after Chef Mickey, because Chef Mickey was towards the beginning of our trip and I didn't want to risk it. I don't know if that kind of makes sense, so I wanted to book that right off the bat. Anywho, if you take a look at these two, you can kind of compare and see how it is that I booked them. And you'll see how it is kind of that I made this list, the priority list and my itinerary are not in the same order. And that's what I mean by making your priority list. And it's not always going to match by your priority list and your itinerary. And like I said, this requires some type of planning and organization. And you can tell by my itinerary, my little spreadsheet here, it's not too time consuming, it's not condensed of information, and it's not too structured. It's very loosely, and you'll see question marks here and there. That just means because I'm not sure what we're going to do after that, or here and there, and it's not a time by time. The times that you see there are just the reservations time for my ADRs. But I don't have a structured time for the quick service, the ones in green. I don't know what time we're going to have it because it's not like military time. We're free to do whatever we want whenever we feel like it. You know, we just got to make sure we hit our reservations in a timely manner. But it's not going to be like a structured military time where we have to hit those times, you know. It's going to be fun. I just want to make sure you guys understand that I'm new at this. It's my first time. I still haven't done my vacation. So, you know, that's still, we got to leave it to see how it turns out. But so far, I guess the point I'm trying to make is if you guys are first timers like me and you guys have been reading the forums like me and are petrified like I was because everybody was saying how difficult and terrible and horrible the process for ADRs are, don't listen. It's not as horrible as everyone says. And I'm not saying it can't be. And I'm not saying people out there have not had terrible experiences, because they might have. I'm just saying that there might also be cases where it's not that bad. Side note, from the forums, I've also seen that many times people have had issues because, and they've said it in their comments or in their threads, they were using the My Disney Experience app, tablets, and their phone. Many times that's the issue. They were complaining that they couldn't do reservations except for the first day of their trip, and that it wouldn't let them do beyond the first day. It is recommended to do it on a desktop. And some people also mentioned that they were doing it on a desktop and still were having trouble. Another tip is to log out of your Disney account before even starting. That's why it's important to start the process even before 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's why it's important to log 15 to 20 minutes if possible, so that you have enough time to log out of your Disney account, log in, and like I would say 2-3 minutes before, refresh that window so that, you know, you get the newest, you know, information sent from Disney to your browser, and have that information to current. That way it's active. You know what I mean? The browser is active and fresh. So another helpful thing that I would like to mention is before your 180-day mark, I do suggest that you store your credit card information into your Disney account. Why? Because they will require your credit card information in order to book a reservation. They won't charge you when you book it, but they want to have your credit card in case you do not attend your reservation, or if you don't cancel within the required time. They will charge you, I believe it's like $10 per person. They will charge you if you don't cancel at least 24 hours in advance or so. That's when they charge you, but they do require it with booking a reservation, but they won't charge you at the moment, but they do require you at the time of booking for each one. So you don't want to have to do it at the time of reservation. So that's why it's important for you to do it beforehand, and that will save you some time. But yes, it's very helpful to have all that information already stored in your Disney account. So yes, just have that information stored so that you don't have to manually enter it. And then also just keep in mind that you will be asked for your phone number for each reservation that you make to confirm that reservation. So that will be an extra step that will be required. So that will take a little extra time. So just keep that in mind. So be prepared for that, you know. But yeah, I think that if you follow those little tips and suggestions that I did, I think it might help you. It helped me, and I think that's it. I think that's all that I have for this video. But yeah, I think it does require planning, like I said, but I hope it helps. It helped me, like I said. It would also help you guys. And well, yeah, I think that's all I have to share with you. Like I said, I'm new at this, but it was very helpful. I was able to get everything on our wish list, and I really do hope that you found something helpful or useful. And if you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a like, and a comment. And I would really like to know what it is that you found helpful or useful. And thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. And till next time, guys, keep Disney dreaming, and I am so excited and pumped. And hopefully, hey, hopefully they do release free diving, and hopefully that goes smoothly. If not, well, keep saving, and I hope everybody gets their ADRs. And till next time, guys, keep Disney dreaming. See ya.